Well, good afternoon everyone from here in Florida, but this is a little Tenerife update as regards to the storm. I've had a lot of messages regarding it, how it's going to affect the island, Tenerife, what's going to happen, is it as bad as they say it's going to be? So I'm going to quickly run through a little article here about it, quickly talk about who I've spoken to over in Tenerife at the moment, so let's see what's going on. I am out in Florida at the moment on holiday, but I am back soon. But I have had a lot of messages. I was a little bit worried about what's going on over there as well. Of course, we've got the dog and the cat over there. I've got the business. So I did have a few concerns, but I have read quite a little bit and I have spoken to a few people over there. So I'm going to jump right in and hopefully this might help you. If you're travelling out to Tenerife or you're there at the moment or you're worried about it, hopefully this might clear up a few things for you. So I'm going to start by quickly reading this one out. Canary's facing huge tropical storm alert as island poised for the worst rain in 10 years. And now just to mention, Tenerife does not handle rain very well. The way it's built, the landscape, it's very steep. There's not much sort of grass or marshland or anything to soak up the water. A lot of the times it all just forms this dust sludge that just causes flash floods. Our drains are not the best either. We don't get much rain, so they can be blocked and not as able to handle as much as it's predicting here. So in general, Tenerife does not handle rain very well. You will see, if you look back through previous years, we have garages get floods, cars get written off. It doesn't handle floods very well at all. So that was what particularly worried me, is the amount of rain that is scheduled to fall from this storm. Experts say that Storm Hermine, however you want to say it, Hermine, will not directly hit the holiday island, but will produce an alarming spin-off of effects as it hovers over just off the coast of Africa. So it's not going to be direct hit on the islands, hopefully. That's what it's supposed to stay off out at sea, but it is going to send some clouds in. That's going to bring a lot of heavy rain and thunderstorms and also wind with it as well. All school classes have been suspended on Monday and sewers have been cleaned across the islands to try and stop them from overflowing. I did see plenty of pictures of that on Facebook, some videos as well. They were all out there, all the councils lifting all the manholes, making sure they were clear to allow as much water to flow as possible. And torrential rain is expected from today, Saturday. It has already started raining over there, but not too bad. The islands of Tenerife and La Palma taking the brunt of the rain. It's predicted that around 100 litres of rain could fall in just 12 hours. So that's going to be a lot to handle for little Tenerife there and La Palma. Any of the islands, they do really struggle to handle large amounts of rain. Residents and holidaymakers are being warned to brace themselves for strong winds, flooding and electrical storms. You will see the power knocked out quite often. Even in our apartments, the likes of our TV signal goes as well when the cloud and the rain comes over heavy. So you could lose a little bit of electricity potentially. The Met Office does say the best thing to do is just stay at home in your hotel, in your apartment if you're out there. Easiest thing to do is just take a few days off, chill in the hotel, have some fun in the accommodation if you can. And avoid being out there. It's not going to be very pleasant. The tropical storm off the nearby Cape Verde was predicted by the US National Hurricane Center based in Miami. The weather agency says, although according to the latest data it will not impact the archipelago, it will come close enough to produce widespread, intense and persistent rainfall, a big storm, thunder, lightning. The island of El Hierro will also be hit today as well. So I did make a phone call back to Lisa over there working for me. She did say it started to rain over in Gulf del Sur. It was actually still quite sunny, but in Los Cristianos they had some really low cloud cover. The rain had started. It looked quite eerie. I've seen some pictures. It was really low cloud cover as well. So at the moment it's not too bad, but it is expected to get worse tomorrow, Sunday, and also Monday as well. Conditions across the Canaries are expected to get worse Sunday with intense rainfall. Lanzarote and Fuerteventura might escape the worst of it. So if you're out there, fingers crossed. These rainfalls will continue during the first half of Monday, beginning to decrease in the afternoon. So hopefully that will be the end of it by about midday Monday. There will also be strong gusts of wind and waves at over 6 feet. The weather agency has said the impact of the storm will be historic, with records showing nothing like it in recent times, and definitely not within the last 10 years. So that's a little bit that worries me a little bit, is that amount of rain that's going to come down. One of the areas most popular with British tourists, Arona, that's your Los Cristianos, Las Americas, in the south of Tenerife, expects to be hit. The mayor today ordered the suspension of activities in the municipal areas, so there'll be no boat trips, jet skis or anything like that, anything in open spaces or outdoors due to the risks of the tropical cyclone, so any golf, anything like that, going to the beach, that will all be closed. Public buildings, including schools, are being prepared as shelters just in case the residents have to be evacuated. So they have put us in the highest alert for this, but it is very precautionary. So if it did come in close enough, or it did, change path and did hit, we would be prepared for it. But fingers crossed, it's just going to be a little bit of flooding and some heavy rain. He has appealed for the utmost caution and to follow the evolution of the storm through the local official social networks of the Arona City Council itself and the public bodies. So if you are out there, do be careful. I would advise just staying in if you can, doing something a bit more chilled out. Do be prepared. You might lose a little bit of electricity, something like that. But fingers crossed, we're going to escape the worst of it. Hopefully it's just going to be a little bit of heavy rain, some floods. It has started today, but from speaking to Lisa back at the office there, she said it wasn't too bad today. It was just, a bit of a rainy day, but I think tomorrow is going to be the worst, which is Sunday. So if you're out there, do be very careful. Look after each other. If you see someone a bit vulnerable outside, do look after them. And just particularly stay safe. If you can avoid driving, avoid it. Your bus services will still be running, so your Titsa bus schedule is still on. Do keep an eye on it online, though. It could change if they have to cancel a route due to a flood, or they've got to bear in mind, it does say here some of the petrol stations might end up closing, so they might not be able to get fuel, little things like that. So keep an eye on the schedule, but it is expected to be on and a schedule if you want to get the bus anywhere safely. But if I was you, if I was out there, I'd just try and avoid it. Try and do something fun inside. If you want to try and make it out somewhere, I'm not sure if the shopping malls will be open or closed. I imagine they'll try and be open, but it just depends how intense it's all going to be. The likes of Siam Mall, will that stay open tomorrow? I'm not too sure. I'm not actually there myself to see anything, but from what I've seen on the Facebook group, speaking to people out there, and also the news, it looks like we're going to escape the very worst of it, but it's still going to be the worst we've had in 10 years, which says a lot. So fingers crossed. I will keep you updated if anything does change. I'll try and jump on and do a quick little video, but I had a lot of people messaging me worried about it. I did check the airport, and everything seemed to be, again, running okay. I don't think it's going to affect too many flights, hopefully. Everything seemed to be as scheduled tomorrow. I didn't see any cancellations. There was a few delays today, but there's always the odd delay anyway, so not too much disruption with flights so far. So do, fingers crossed. If you've got any extra information or tips, do drop them in the comments. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. There's loads of Tenerife content on there, and I will be back in a week or so to do some more Tenerife content for you. Thank you very much for watching, and stride on, do stay safe, look after each other, and try and do something fun tomorrow if you can, away from the storm.